Hey guys, welcome back to the Bird Crazy channel. Today I got another knife review for you. This one's pretty cool. It's going to be from, as you can see, Artisan Cutlery. Just a quick look at what's in the box. I've already got it out, but it comes with inside this pouch. It's got a card. As you can see, it's the Sirius, which is model 1849P, using their AR RPM 9 blade steel, which from what I understand is almost kind of like a stainless D2. G10 handle, and it's got a ceramic ball bearings. They kind of look like our nylon washers with little ball bearings in them, from what I can tell. Let's take a look at the knife. Got a nice G10. You can see the Ray Laconico, the designer. If you can't tell just by looking at the knife, is a front flipper and a thumb stud for right-handed only, unfortunately. It's got these cool copper like pivot collars and a titanium pocket clip, which kind of runs right down the middle of that groove that's cut out in the G10. That's kind of the overview of the outside. There's a lanyard hole, or a little slot where you can go around that standoff right there. Take a look at the knife. I'll open it up. There's your blade shape. And that is pretty cool looking. Very sleek design. I love that blade shape. Looks really nice with the that G10 and titanium. Very cool looking. Kind of a sleek, minimalist design to the handle. It's a liner lock. Lockup is good. As you can see, they've also beveled the side here. It's not tough to get into, but you do have that little slot you kind of want to go in right there to unlock it. But you can do it easy enough. The two opening methods are the thumb studs, which, man, that thumb studs, it opens up awesome. And the top flipper, and I'm not very good with these, so you have to, that work too. Show you a little bit of that action. Kind of falls shut with a little shaking anyway. But it's a nice overall knife. Very sleek, kind of like a gentleman's type knife. Titanium clip. Does work good. Got some nice pressure, but not too much. You can still kind of get behind it if you need to. Like a nice matte finish on that. And you got that jimping on the bottom, on the top here. As far as your grip on it, you can get a full hand. You know, it's not, obviously there's not going to be many hot spots because it's pretty neutral on the handle. I'll go over some quick measurements. We'll do the weight on it. It's pretty light, so I don't expect to see anything crazy here. Yeah, just right over 3 ounces. So it's pretty light. I'll do some quick measurements, see if I can, oh yeah. Open it again. You got a blade of about 3 1/4 on the cutting edge, about 3 1/2 overall on the blade, with about 8 inches overall for the entire knife. Do some quick thickness measurements. Right there's pretty thin blade stock. Yeah, you can see that. And the cutting edge, behind the edge thickness. Oops. Kind of tough to get, but you can see it looks pretty thin there. Handle thickness, I feel like it's gonna be pretty thin. Yeah, pretty thin there, nice and sleek. Nice size knife. And we'll do a sharpness, out of the box sharpness test with my new tester here. Thought it'd be something kind of neat to add. You can kind of get an idea of what kind of factory edges come on it, which obviously you could put your own, but it's kind of nice to know that they come sharp. I mean, you are buying a knife anyway. So let's just see. $290, which that's it's about what they say high-end cutlery should come at. I may try that again off video, and if it's any different than that, I may put it in the comments just so you can check that out. My overall opinions of the knife are it's a pretty nice knife. I love the way it looks. I think it's attractive. I love the thumb stud opening on it. The detent is tuned perfectly for that. I mean, I don't think you could fail it if you wanted to. That was super light pressure. The drawbacks to me, one major one is going to be the front flipper, area. So right on the sides up here, up top, right there on the side, is kind of a sharp angle. And I think those need to be beveled down a little bit, knocked down. As you can see on my thumb right here, I actually got cut trying to open it by sliding my thumb up to open it. Now, you know, that could be me not knowing how to do front flippers the right way, but definitely noticed it after the fact, and I was like, yeah, those are pretty sharp, so that makes sense. But yeah, I would have probably knocked those down a little bit as far as the front flipper is concerned. But to be honest with you, the thumb stud operations on this are so nice that I just don't see myself using the front flipper much. Personally, if you're a big fan of front flippers, you may have different opinion, but for me, the action with those thumb studs is just perfect. So what I consider doing is almost just kind of removing that little top piece right there, because when it comes around, you can see that the front flipper can contact your finger there, and also when you're shutting it, depending on how high you're choked up on the knife, it can kind of rub your finger right there when it comes to close. But just small little nitpicks there. And like I said, if you're going to leave it as a front flipper, I would say probably want to kind of scuff up the corner right here just a little bit. That way it's not so sharp. But other than that, pretty sweet knife. I'll do some size comparisons real quick with some other knives. Go-to for me is the Benchmade Osborne. You can kind of see it's kind of similar in size to that. A little bit bigger than the Terminus XR, at least in length. So it's a good sized knife, but it's slender and kind of thin, so it carries nicely. It's pretty nice overall. I do like it. Like I said, just those couple little things. The only other thing that I'd probably change about the knife, if it were me, is the thumb cutouts. They work, and you can unlock the knife, and they're raised up enough to where you can get some good traction on that thumb stud. But I probably would have just removed a little more material. Let me open this up where I can show you what I'm talking about. Kind of right here in this point, right there. I would probably kind of smooth that, and that way there's not that harsh point right there. But you can't really feel it unless you're like put your finger right on it and bite down. It's not something that's super noticeable, but I probably would have rounded that off and kind of made that a little wider right in there, just for ease of unlocking it and also getting to that thumb stud. But like I said, the thumb stud works really good if your finger's not in the way. And the front flipper again works well too. So it's a cool knife overall. I think you can get these on Amazon for like, I think $55 or something. So for the money, to me, it's a very well executed knife. Just needs a little touch up on the edge up there, knock down that little bit of that sharpness. But definitely a cool knife. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link to it in the description. If you like this content, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.